Okay. That took longer than expected. Lunchtime. Made a French press. Got a fresh cup of coffee. To fog up my glasses. Alright. Continuing the adventures of Telimar the Loremaster. We are working on some quests here in the North Downs. You go scout the Hillman camp. Excuse me. Dun, dun, dun. Bad puppy. Oh, who are you? Rot Spittle. Hillmen have established a small camp beyond the Ramduath. I think we also have to scout the past. At some point, I think soon, we'll end up going off to the Troll Shaws. I prefer leveling in the Troll Shaws to many other places. One of my favorite quest lines, or one of my, I should say one of my favorite quests is in the Troll Shaws, but you have to do a whole bunch of the quest chains to get it unlocked. It's so worth doing. That'll get its own episode entirely. Alright, we'll leave that one, because I don't want to get off the horse. Alright, it's a ways up there to get to that first area, so we're not gonna go up into Agmar at the moment. Western Ramdweth is home to worms and drakes. I'm nicely contently full right now. We just had nice chicken salad, fresh cup of coffee, and we both just woke up from naps, so it's like I slept for about 45 minutes, she slept for about an hour and a half. It's a nice, relaxing Saturday. And it's still a priority. Even though I'm done with you, I'm still making it a priority to get all the you I can. I'm selling it on the broker, and I'm keeping some of it because I am obviously working on the crafting guild. So, getting my faction up there, so I'll be stockpiling a couple hundred you in my bank for later on. And because I've got the other character that I'm sending out to do harvesting a couple times a week, one of my higher level characters, he's doing prospecting. That's been keeping me in cash, which has enabled me to, for example, I bought like 200 pieces of is it Lebethron? Yeah, Lebethron. Bought a couple hundred, which didn't get me all the way through the tier, but got me a good chunk into the tier. It was like 30 gold for a couple hundred pieces. Wood does not sell for as much as metal. That's because it's used by less professions, or I should say fewer professions, not less. Fewer.
Greetings.
It is a relief to know that the Angmaram forces are not as great as I had feared. Also, while I had known the valley in the west was to be home to worms, I did not know the drakes had come there as well. You've done us a great service this day. I don't really care. Hillman of the North.
Might I take a moment of your time? Would you do something for me?
Southwards to Scout.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Well, I think one of these guys is... Well, we'll talk to him real quick. But I think I just want to run north and do all the quests up there.
What do you need?
Yeah, see, these are all going to be Symbol of Hope.
Stay a moment.
Hellbone.
Might I take a moment
these are all
of your
the
time?
quests
Could I speak with you a moment?
down in the south. Play the worms. Yeah. There it is. take care of the hillman. I don't see any more of those harvestables. Supposedly there's some around here, but I don't see any at the moment. Oh, there's one right there. Hillborn Organite. Run along here and see if we see any more. Don't. There's Hillborn Woad. Should be possibly some more along here somewhere. Yep, right there. Ooh, there's two of them. Three of them. And up into here. Don't see any more. Alright. Staunching the flow. Armorers tend to wander, as I recall. There's one. is the food crates. Go up here and get some more of the armor racks. Shield rocks. Silence is annoying. Okay. Now I need to kill the plague bearer, which I don't know where he is. Is there another armorer up there? Don't think so. There's one right there, though. Alright, let's get that plague thingy. Plague bearer. 'Tis the last one we need from up here, and then we can head back down south. I think once we wrap up the the solo quests, we will head back over to the west and finish up book 3 today. Assuming Chris doesn't need me for anything. Alright, that quest is done. Alright, Birdie, go do your thing. Go, Alan Thor, go. Fire is my friend. Ooh, what is that cat? Ugh, looks like poop. I might take that hat though, because it has nice stats. All of these have nice stats though. Red feather. No, I have way better. So it's either going to be the hat. I really don't need any more will. I just want more hit points. So I'm going to take the bracelet. All right. Now, everything else is down south. Yeah, that's Ongbers. Yeah, that's all Doldinen. Except for this one. No, we need to do Valley of the Worms while we're up here. Hey, Great Gandalf. Hope you're doing good this afternoon. Or evening, morning, wherever it is that you live. I can remember sitting here back in the day and farming the wolves around this area and up there in that little alcove. Farming hides and deeds back when you still needed to get your traits from killing mobs. So I was looking at my old champion on this server from way back when I played around launch from 2007, 8, 9, etc. And he has every single deed up to like I think around their 30s. I just did a quick scan today, and it's because that character literally sat there and farmed with the guild. We used to just go out and do farming nights and just kill hundreds of mobs to get traits. Mother of the Valley. Okay. I feel like I need to, like, loot the worms, the eggs or something. I don't remember. It's been too long since I've been here. Yeah, it looks like I do need to loot those. And that's another quest. Wings of the Drakes. There's a whole bunch of quests in here then. Well, let's turn those off. That one can be turned in. Mother Valley. Collect Drake leather hides. Don't have that one yet. I need to get on my Hobbit and make myself some food. That's gonna be a project for tomorrow. get my cook to make me some regen and stat food. Hold on, Valley of Worms is done. We need the matron. Alright, she's up there a ways. There's another Drake right there. Woo, Lebethron! Making me a happy, happy, happy woodworker. My pet got lost along the way, it looks like, so we're just gonna dismiss and then resummon. Now how to get up to her. Just have to go straight up through here, maybe it looks like. Now, why do I remember these being group mobs? There's some Lebethron up around the corner. I'm gonna go grab that. And it's heavy again. Oh man, the wood gods love me today. Alright, so she's... I'm assuming maybe up and around? Huh. Can't be sure. Wonder if I'm gonna mount up because it looks like wherever she's at is not exactly close to here. There's a Drake. There's a corpse. She's either up or down. The map says she might be down. I'm gonna check up first. Should I choose? I chose wisely. Good deal. Oh, you can throw fireballs all you want at me. Doesn't change your fate. Give me a cool looking wizard. Why do all these hats look like shit? But I do like the stats on that hat, so we will be taking it. But it's slightly frustrating that all the stats on these hats look poopy. Alright, all these quests to turn in are back towards Esteldin, so I might as well just recall. You know what though? Hold that thought. I'm already close to Oghair. Can I just get there from here? That way I've already got the horse for later. I mean, I'm already halfway up here. Ugh, the question is... Yeah, I'm so far from the path though. You know what though? How about if I sacrifice? Can I make that jump? Probably not. Where does this lead? Maybe this will lead down and out. Looks like this is gonna lead me out to the road, so that'll work. I'll take that as a win. Alright, take me back to Esteldin. Oh, I can't fast travel. I don't care.
You are a stranger to these lands.
I am a stranger to your lands. Guess I can't use those while I'm en route. It's basically all these quests are to those guys. Realm
What can I
of the
do for
North.
you?
Multiple quests to turn
How
in.
can I be of service?
Ooh. Is that a good looking cloak? No, it is not a good looking cloak. Why? I will take the gloves though.
What do you need? Greetings.
Alright, we are done with you. And we're going to turn in the dye plants. I think from here we're going to go work on book quests.
Greetings.
Yeah, still nothing I want. Alright.
Greetings.
Let's sell everything except for the... Yep, I don't want to sell the wood. I cannot repair you. Okay. That's fine. We are going to head back over and work on book quests. A most palpable hit. Try for another.
How can I be of service?
Take me to Almond Wraith, please. So that I don't have to manually travel. Oh. Turned the wrong thing off. Alright. We're close. Alright, let's prepare to record this episode. Those of you who are tuning in live or watching this post, I record all of these book quests like individual episodes, so you get to sit here and watch me do intros and outros as we go along. So, bear with me because we're about to record this episode. Greetings everyone, Tim Anderson here, aka Renfail, and welcome to the latest episode of the Epic Quest series here in the Lord of the Rings Online as I continue with my Loremaster Telimar, adventuring through the realms of Middle-earth once again. If you have not yet done so already, please subscribe to the channel to follow along. Hit the bell icon to get updates for when I've got new videos that are going live or when I'm live streaming, and follow along as I continue the adventures in Middle-earth and other realms as well, because we're playing games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we'll be playing Cyberpunk 2077, NBA 2K21, play a mixture of RPGs and other games on the PS4 and here on the PC. Today's episode is Book 3, Chapter 2, The Gates... What is the name of the quest here? The Gates of Fornost. So when we left off the other day, Mincham, we were talking to him, we needed to scout out Fornost and see what the forces of orcs looked like. As the quest says, Mincham believes the only way to determine the strength of the forces of Angmar within Fornost is to test the defenses erected at its gates. He has asked you to slay orcs and wargs and bring him a report of the resistance there. So from here we need to ride north and go check out, basically we're going to do a little bit of reconnaissance. We're going to probe the defenses and see what they throw at us so that Mincham can get a better idea of what the threat actually is. Fornost is a short ride up the path from Mincham's camp. Blood Eyes pack. I might as well take that quest. Since we're along the way, when you see quests like that, you might as well do them. What am I looking for? There we are, right there. Might as well do it. A little bit of reputation, some XP, and onward north we go. You can stay to the path if you want. You don't have to go off and do side quests, but when they pop up like that and they're close, I don't see any reason why not to do them. A little extra XP, a little extra faction. Neither are a bad thing in the scope of things. Alright, Fornost is a short little jaunt up the road. There it is. Back in the day, Fornost was one of the most difficult dungeons around launch time. It did require a full group, several hours to get through. These days they've split it up into multiple instances, so it's not nearly as time consuming as it used to be. I think they've done that for everything pretty much. The Great Barrows used to be, a couple hour adventure even at level 20, and now they've reduced that through instancing and split it up into multiple instances. So, all right, let's probe these defenses. Let's just gather up a train here. Not a problem. It's the best thing about being a lore master. We can handle a few mobs. I'm also a little over-leveled for this. I came here a little higher than I need to be. I don't know that we can get around to that one, can we? There's a level 30 quest, but level 32 by the time I got here. Alright, we need another orb. And one more orc. Is he not going to come, or are we lagged out? I think we might be lagged out here. Nope. It's just been a pathing issue. Alright. Now we can report back to Mention. Give him our report. Let's see here. Trusty notebook. Alright.
I'm sorry.
You are truly of stout heart to fate such beasts. You have my gratitude, Telimar. I only wish I could have done this myself instead of sending you in my stead, but time and injury prevent me from wielding a sword, let alone drawing a bow. From what you tell me, Angmar did not merely send a token force to Fornost. Nay, it appears they sent an army. Fornost has fallen once more to Angmar.
Will you lend me your ear?
Quick now, you must return to Halbarad, and Esteldin, and tell him what you've learned here. Angmar has taken Fornost once more. From such a fortified spot, Angmar could dominate all of the north, but there are even worse things to worry about. Tales tell of a great evil which inhabits the collapsed and ruined halls of Fornost. This evil could be called to serve Angmar. Go to Esteldin and tell Halbarad, all that you have learned here. And since I have my bind points set there, we're going to recall back so that we don't have to do the horse.
How can I be of service?
I suppose we can be thankful that we are no longer as ignorant of the enemy's plans as we once were. Yet the question of how we will face this threat looms over us all. The peoples of the North Downs must be called together for a council to deal with this threat. There is much to do, and much I will ask of you in the days ahead, if you are of willing spirit. Okay, so that's a wrap on chapters 2 and 3 of Book 3. That's going to be the end of this particular segment for the video series. Obviously, we're going to be continuing onwards with the live stream, but for those of you who are tuning in after the fact, make sure you tune in for the next episode where we'll be covering Book 3, Chapter 4, and beyond. Greetings everyone, Tim Anderson here, aka Renfail, and welcome to the continuing adventures of Telimar the Loremaster here in the Lord of the Rings Online. We are continuing the journey through the epic book series in the Shadows of Angmar, and we are currently in Esteldin, and we're about to embark on Book 3, Chapter 4. There are multiple parts for this next section. We've got Chapter 4, Chapter 5, Chapter 6. Each one of these is going to be an individual episode, so hopefully you'll tune in for all of those. Right now, let's jump right in to Book 3, Chapter 4, Part 1 of 3, A Call to Dwarves. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to get updates when I go live for the various streams we do, and of course to follow along when I've got new videos that come out for the various games that I play, or the read-through of Book 1 of the Saga of Leucemia, Echoes of the Past, or the many other things that I do here on my YouTube channel. All right, let's jump in. Here we go. Book 3, Chapter 4.
Could I speak with you a moment?
We will all need the might of the dwarves of Othrikar if we're to face the threat of Angmar. The dwarves there are of good longbeards, but have long been put to task by the Dourhands. When the Dourhands showed their true loyalties, the longbeards drove them out of Othrikar. Yet they are still hard-pressed by the Dourhands, and only recently has one of Durin's folk from Erebor, Dori, come to aid them. It will not be easy to convince them to lend their strength to the council, but you must try. Travel to Othrikar and speak with Dori. If you cannot find Dori for some reason, speak to a dwarf named Hanar. It is he who leads the Longbeards of Othrikar. Alright. We're gonna go convince the dwarves to join the Council of the North, which, by the way, that is the name of this overall story arc. For Book 3. It's Volume 1, Book 3, The Council of the North. That's this arc. The last arc was the Red Maid. This arc is otherwise. Now, I've already got the fast travel up there because I did Othrikar's Quests hub the other day.
How can I be of service?
So we shall travel up there via horse. Somebody else's horse. So that I don't have to manually control myself. Although it probably would have been quicker considering I would have just cut through overland and the horse sticks to the main road. Alright, let's find this Hanar.
Well met.
You seek Dory. Alas, Dory has been captured by the Dour Hands. An envoy of the traders just left and said that if we did not turn over the mines to them, Dory would be killed.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
Council of the Free Peoples. How could we give thought to a council with Dory gone? It was only with Dory's arrival and the hoard of gems he brought that hope began to creep back into our hearts. But Dory's been captured, the gems lost, and hope is stolen away. If those men, those rangers, wish to have the help of the dwarves of Othrakar, then Dory must be freed. You, if you are the ranger's envoy, must do this if you desire our presence at this council. Dory is likely being held in the Dour Hands camp to the west of Othrakar. Free Dory and escort him to safety. Once he is free, we will make our decision regarding this council of yours. Note, it is suggested that you complete this quest while in a fellowship. Inspiration will assist you if you choose to undertake this challenge alone or with a smaller group. I think it's a buff. Oh, I got my first adamant shard. That's beautiful because I'll need that for one of my recipes. Okay. Time to go rescue Dory. Wait, he's out this way. I'm actually going to turn off tracking because I'm not worried about harvesting at the moment. I almost fell down that. I did fall down that one. I will harvest this one since it's literally right in my way. I wonder if the inspiration buff is automatic these days. Because you used to have a stone that you had to click. Yeah, it looks like it's automatic. It triggered there for a second. Alright, here's Dory.
What do you need?
It's about time! Those Dour Hands took the hoard of gems I brought, and we've got to get them back. Othrakar is depending on them. Come now, before the Dour Hands get suspicious. It's good to be free from those bonds. Now follow me! Alright, lead on, Dory. Deep in the camp, follow me! Yeah, so all my hit points just went up, so... Tis an automatic buff these days. When I was first brought here, I was taken into this part of the camp. If the gems are anywhere, they'll be back here. Alright. Here, the chest. They put the gems there. Just a moment. Alright, I've got them. Let's be off. Following you, Dory. I'll be glad to leave this place behind. Nearly free of the camp. For the Longbeards! Don't falter now, it's only a bit further. Alright, Dory. Where else we heading, buddy? At last, free of the Dour Hands. I can make it to Orthragor from here. You have my thanks. Alright, now we need to go back and talk to Hanar again. Let's go trompsing through the bear camp. Alright, back to Orthragor to talk to Hanar. He should be given some good news that he's going to be joining the council, since we helped them out with rescuing Dory.
What do you want?
You have done a great thing for the dwarves of Orthragor this day. Dory arrived not long before you and is resting inside, but he told us of your valiant rescue. We are at your service.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
Before he retired, I told Dory of your message about this Council of Esteldin. He recommended that we should go, and I agree with him. The dwarves shall lend their might to this council and free all of the North Downs from the clutches of the enemy. Excuse me. Go now and tell the rangers we should come. Alright, so this is going to be good news for Halbarad. He'll be happy to hear that.
Greetings.
Back to Esteldin. Give him the good news. I'm really tempted to go have another chocolate chip. Well, it's not chocolate chip. I made double chocolate chunk cookies yesterday, but I already had 2 today. I don't need another one. That's a lot of butter and chocolate. Saturated fat. But I am going to be doing, for those of you coming along and tuning in later, we're going to be starting a new series here, inspired by Lord of the Rings Online, crafting. We're going to be making recipes from the Lord of the Rings game and doing a cooking series here on YouTube. That's going to be something I'm starting next week. Hola. ¿Qué necesitas? Nada? Okay. Figured there's lots of recipes we can cook from the game, like blueberry muffins. Who doesn't like blueberry muffins? Also, like eggs and green onions, fried mushrooms. Hobbits eat a lot of eggs. I notice there's a lot of I used to eat a lot of eggs. These days I try not to eat eggs more than once or twice a week. But I grew up on a farm my whole life up until basically 2 years ago. I would eat eggs pretty much every single day of the week, like 2 to 4 eggs every single day. But my doctor was like, you should probably think about cholesterol. So, but I've noticed that there's a lot of egg recipes and a lot of omelets and things of that nature. But we're going to be making some Lord of the Rings Online inspired recipes soon, so you'll want to stick around for those. And those will be going straight to the Patreon as well. So, alright, I have to turn in here.
What do you need?
These are good tidings. With the dwarves aiding us, our chances of turning the tide against Angmar are that much greater. You have done very well this day, Telimar. Very well indeed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap on Book 3, Chapter 4 for the ongoing series. We're going to wrap this particular episode up here. If you're tuning in live, of course, we're going to be continuing after this. But if you're tuning into the episodes, stick around for the next one. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon to get updates when I go live or when I have new videos coming, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Stay a moment.
Greetings, everyone. Tim Anderson here, aka Renfell, and welcome to the ongoing adventures of Telimar the Loremaster as he continues throughout the epic storyline in Lord of the Rings Online, venturing here in Middle-earth. Today, we are about to embark on Book 3, not Chapter 3, Book 3, Chapter 5 of the Council of the North. We have been following along in this story arc for the past few episodes. We're going to be continuing onwards today with the latest chapter. If you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get updates for when I go live with new videos or any sort of new video that's not live. We do lots of different things on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and follow along. In the meantime, let's get right to it. To the south of Esteldin there stands a small refuge of the elves. Many long years have the elves dwelt there. However, in recent days most of the elves left the glade. What is worse, I have heard that those few that remained were slain by the stone trolls from the north. It is an irony that Gildor Inglorion, an elf lord of Rivendell, was coming to give word of the enemy's movements, but arrived too late to save those who remained. He should be called to the council, but I fear that he will be too consumed by the desire to protect both the glade and his people from their rage. It will be your task to go to Lyn Gileath and convince Gildor to come to the council. So that's what we're about to embark upon, is we're going to be heading down to Lyn Gileath to convince Gildor Inglorion to join the Council of the North to help us deal with a threat from Angmar. Alright, let's head out of here and move south. Alright. Chapter 3. I keep saying Chapter 3. It's Book 3, Chapter 5. A Call to Elves. I'm not going to ride the horse this time because I can cut down south a lot quicker than the horse will, because the horse is going to follow the road, so. We're going to be going straight down as the flow cries. As the flow cries? Straight down as the crow flies, ladies and gentlemen. It's been one of those types of Saturdays. You know, I think I might turn the... I think it's in the UI. No, it's not. It's in the input. Camera aligns to slips. Yeah, we'll turn that back on for the meantime. It was driving me nuts the other day because I was doing some maneuvering and it was getting in my way. But it does look good when you're running through the hills. Leave me alone, spiders. Heavy you, I will take it. I'm up to almost 200, I'm getting there. It's tailoring, I'll be saving that for my brother. Alright, looks like Gildor is in this building of Tham Gileath. Gildor Inglorion.
How can I be of service?
Greetings. I wish I could extend to you a warmer welcome, but these are dark times for the elves. The shadow of the enemy has grown long, longer than perhaps any had thought, and the elves of Lyn Gileath have paid the price for our complacency.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
This Council of Esteldin. I wish that I could simply commit to such an endeavor, but it is not so simple. Many of my people are nearly overcome with grief and anger at what happened here, and yet the threats against Lin-Gileath are not yet dealt with. Our scouts tell me that the orcs in Nan Wathrin are planning to move against us soon. The scouts say that these orcs are being led by a great Uruk of Angmar named Drukord, who camps at the deepest parts of Nan Wathrin. Perhaps if this Uruk were slain, Lin-Gileath could be protected enough for me to come to your council. It is a heavy burden, but I would task you with this if you would remain of stout heart. The Uruk is a mighty foe, and so you should not attempt to confront him on your own. If you must, then use the strength of this elf stone to find the strength to prevail from deep within. So they do still have the elf stones, because the other one gave me an inspiration buff automatically. But this one, it just gives it to you. Okay. So remember, these have like a cooldown on them or something. We'll see. Alright. From here, it's raining. Ew. Okay, we need to run south-ish. Now, back in the day, you had to do these with a fellowship, but of course, these days, the game being what it is, you can use this inspiration buff to go do it on your own. We did these as a group, I want to say 2 years ago, with the Saga Lucemia gaming community. Oh, I got knocked off. No! My pet's not up. Group's done. But yeah, we played for a good 6 months with our group, and we got all the way through Moria. We all started from scratch. We did Shadows of Angmar and Moria before we wrapped it up. And then my brother and I continued up through Mirkwood, all the way to Isengard before he called it quits. And then I have since continued with my main character, Renfail, all the way through Isengard, and I'm now into the Rohan expansion. I'm level 83, I think. 82 or 83. I may be playing that again. That character, I've played him once or twice here on YouTube, but I often play him on my own, because that's kind of the thing that I do for myself. I don't need to publicly game every single thing I do, although I do show a lot of the things that I play. Alright, we maybe wanted to use... it doesn't look like we can yet. I remember we have to go up somewhere in here. Like up a ramp or something. It should prompt us when we need to use the inspiration buff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's up here. Yep, this looks like a good place to drop on the Elfstone's power. Alright. Inspiration buff is on. How long does it last for? 15 minutes. Excuse me. Should be more than enough time. Higropor. we go. Over, up into there. Alright, he should be up in here somewhere. I think I see him up there. Yep, he's right there. Inspiration buff for the win. Alright. He's been taken care of, and now we can ride back. Now if we hurry, I wonder if we can beat the respawn out. Beating the respawn out is always a fun thing. Yeah. If I don't get turned around by tabbing out. And even if we don't, we're going to try to train out if we get mobs. Oh, it's out this way. Yeah, the first one's up, but other than that, we're good to go. Up and over the pass. Out we go. You brawlers can leave me alone. You don't want anything to do with me. Alright, Gildor. Better have good news for me, buddy. You've done it! We heard the wails of the orcs from here. You have seen to the safety of Loremaster Telimar, and for that you have my thanks.
Mind my words,
With the
traveler.
Uruk Druktord slain, the threat of the orcs is lessened, and I am free to come to the Council of Esteldin. You should bring word to Halbarad that we shall attend him, and that we will soon arrive. Your brave deeds may yet prove a strong foundation for our defense. Alright. back to Halbarad we go. I don't think there's a master pole. I've been making him fishing poles for his fishing, so... I do wish I could transfer my ranger to this server, but can't. He's on Landrable, and you cannot transfer to this server from there. Not a problem, though. Alright. The message you bear is joyous, twice over. The Urek Drukdor is dead, and the elves have agreed to come to the council. You have done very well, for the might of the elves shall improve our lot all the more. You have my thanks for this. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an end to Book 3, Chapter 5, in the epic storyline series that I am working on here for Lord of the Rings Online with Telimar the Loremaster, my alt character. If you enjoy the series, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get updates when I've got new videos available or when I go live for the various streaming sessions that I do with all my different projects. For those of you who are tuning in live and watching this, we're going to be continue on to the next episode, but for those of you who are watching this in the individual episode format, stick around, make sure you tune into the next episode because we will be continuing the adventures in the next episode.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Greetings everyone, Tim Anderson here, aka Renfail, and welcome to the latest episode in the adventures of Telimar Fuwar, the lore master who is traveling through Middle-earth and following along in the footsteps of the Fellowship and working through the epic book series here on YouTube. If you like the adventures so far and you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get updates for when I go live with the next stream or when the latest episodes of the various games that I play and books I read and shows that I watch and cooking things that I do and all that other stuff are available. In the meantime, now that we're past the intro, let's continue on through the Council of the North story arc here. We're in Book 3. Now we're on Chapter 6. And this is a call to men, I believe. We've already done the dwarves and elves in the previous episode. Of all those who have suffered in the North Downs, it is perhaps the people of Trestlebridge who have suffered the most. They have stood firm against all orc attacks, but their own numbers are dwindling. In fact, the mayor of the town, Lovell Boskins, was recently slain, and his daughter Nellie now leads the people there. I would ask you to go to Trestlebridge and speak with Nellie. We will need her leadership at the council. I will give you a word of warning. Although her people have the most to gain from coming, Nellie will be the hardest to convince. The constant attacks will block all thoughts of anything but dealing with the immediate threat. Alright, so we have to go back to Trestlebridge and speak to Nellie and see if we can't convince her to join this alliance, this Council of the North, as Halberd has called it, to deal with the threat from Angmar to the north. Can't remember if we can fast travel. Hopefully we can fast travel to Trestle Bridge.
How can I
Otherwise
be
it's
of
a bit of
service?
a long... we cannot fast travel. It's a bit of a long ride, so... Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta go all the way to Trestle Bridge. This is a good time if you've got a book to read. Or if you're like me, this is when you go browse the internet. Let's see. So what I didn't know earlier today, so I didn't realize the cosmetics for the Loremaster pets are account bound. I was wondering why I didn't find any of those cosmetics. Well, at least some of them are account bound. So I couldn't find any in the brokers, so I went to my old accounts. Oh, you know what? And some of them are account bound because if you use... this is my mistake. So if you use the universal lore crafting kits, they're account bound, and I spaced that out, and I was making a skin with one of my old jewelers for my eagle pet, and I used the universal kit because I didn't want to have to go out and harvest the resources, and there weren't any available on the broker. I need ancient silver, and it's account bound. And I sat there and went, oh, I wasted like 75 points, but it's all good. I will probably take that one of my harvesters and go up into the Misty Mountains probably and harvest some ancient silver, because I would like to have the Ashen pet. I really like the white pet, but it looks like I think you have to use mithril coins or something. I was reading on the internet. It's like I think it's only available from the Loremaster Trader in Rivendell, and it said something about needing mithril coins. So whenever I'm in Rivendell, which will be soon because Book 4 actually sends us that in that direction. Which is amazing because Trollshaws is, again, my favorite so far. The Trollshaws is my favorite zone in the whole game. Rohan, there's some pretty cool zones in Rohan, but I really love I love the Trollshaws. It's just beautiful. And there's some really fun quest chains there. So anyway, we're gonna go to Rivendell soon, and I'll be checking the Loremaster Trainer there and seeing if I can't get it. Otherwise, I'll need to go harvest up in the Misty Mountains and get some ancient silver and other things and make it. But I've been really wishing that I could transfer my ranger over to this server. It's unfortunate that I can't. But we're gonna see. I know if my brother decides he's gonna continue on with a sub, then I'm not sure if we're going to continue with the hobbits on this server or if we're going to jump back to Landrable and continue there. I kind of like the idea of continuing our warden and minstrel here. I don't mind doing the content all over again. I know he was getting a little kind of bored with the champion because it's the same thing over and over, whereas with the warden you have different combinations and things that you can do, so we'll see. Either way, we're having fun. That's all that matters. Alright, we have arrived in Trestlebridge. Dismount. I forgot I moved the button. Nelly Boskins.
How can I be of service?
A Council of Esteldin? Have you taken leave of your senses, High Elf? Are you unaware of the dangers facing this town? The constant attacks we must endure? Those men in the east, if they truly cared about the threats facing Trestlebridge, they would help us here with these orcs. We would not have to suffer as we have. We lost all those dear to us. No, I shall not come to this council nor anything else, and I shall not be convinced otherwise. Now, if you have no other business, leave me to see to defense of this town. So, her answer is somewhat what Halbarad suspected, in the sense that she was going to be very angry, but I don't think that he anticipated an outright refusal to join the council. That's not good for the humans here in this settlement, because if they're attacked by force, they won't be able to defend themselves.
What you need?
Alright, back to Esteldin. Alright, as we ride back, let's check some social media stuff. Looks like we're down to we're still almost 3 weeks away from Cyberpunk 2077. It's gonna be a fun game to play. I'm still plugging along with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's a big game. I'll be surprised if I have it finished by the time Cyberpunk hits. I might have it finished, but I might not. There's a lot to see and a lot to do. And because I've been doing a completionist run, yeah, I'm doing all sorts of stuff. So it's, I've been taking my time. Getting there, though. I've got some other stuff that I'm working on, which I can't share with everybody yet, but my brother and I have got some fun stuff in the works that we'll probably be sharing with people next year, early next year. Not right now. And of course, I'm helping my wife with her new cooking show venture, and then I'm going to be doing some cooking episodes of my own here for YouTube, so we're staying busy. And I'm working with Hidden Compass. I do their video production and all their social media management. Their marketing manager. If you like travel-related stuff, you should check them out. They just won a couple new awards for some of their stories. We got a really good crew of photographers and writers that work for the... they all freelance, but it's a pretty good crew. If you haven't yet, you should hit up their Facebook page and check out the videos from last year in Paris. We did a big workshop. About 2 weeks in Paris. I think it was 10 days, if I remember correctly. Something like 12 days for the staff, but 10 days for the attendees. Something like that. It was a lot of fun. bunch of Nat Geo photographers and writers and editors. And we all holed up in a chateau just outside of Paris for a couple weeks. Private chef. A lot of fun. Daily excursions for photography and writing. It's good to be a writer. I like being a writer. I've been a writer now for, wow, I guess I started professionally in 2008, so 12 years now, going on 13 years. And then I started doing photography professionally around 2000, I'd say professionally like 2014, 2015. But I started photography as a side gig around 2010. I love food photography. It's a lot of fun. Food photography, food videography, anything travel related. You know, which is with COVID though, you can't do anything about travel right now. So, but it's funny because we still have all of the raw footage. You know, we were in Ireland for a month at the end of 2017 and took, you know, did a week of press tours. And then we had, we did the entire Wild Atlantic Way in a car over 2 weeks. Took the drone and everything else. I still haven't done anything with any of that footage. I produced what I needed to contractually, but then Chris and I were supposed to produce a whole bunch of videos for our YouTube and Facebook pages, and then I just got busy with Saga Leucemia stuff, so I never did. But we may get around to producing that next year. We'll see. Alright, we're returning back to Halbarad with basically the refusal of this woman. Turns out I do have more hides for my brother. Book
What do
3,
you
Chapter
need?
6. Good, you've returned. It does not surprise me that Nelly refused the call to the council, but that does not matter now. Word has arrived here that a large contingent of orcs is moving on Trestlebridge. The people there are strong folk, but I fear they are no match for these orcs and the chieftain who leads them. We must go to their aid.
Would you do something for me?
I'm not going to start the next series yet. We're going to wrap this episode up here. For those of you who are tuning in live, we are going to continue here in a few minutes. But for those of you watching episodically, this is the cutoff point for Book 3, Chapter 5 in the epic storyline for Lord of the Rings Online. If you like the series, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get updates for when the next video is available or when I go live with the various streams. And I don't know why I said it loudly and accented like that. But stick around. We got more content coming in the next episode. See you then. And before I accept this, I'm going to go send this to my brother. Wait, that's not a Taylor recipe.
Greetings to you.
I don't want to sell that adamant shard. Alright, now we're going back to Halbarad. And we'll continue on to the next episode. We just finished book 3, chapter 5. I have to make note of these in my journal so that I know. And yes, I still keep a physical journal. I go through about one of those every 3 months. I usually fill up 4 to 5 of them every year. Notes for stories, notes for projects, notes for work. Alright.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Here we go. For those of you following along, we're going to jump into the next episode. Greetings, everyone. Tim Anderson here, aka Renfell, and welcome to the continuation of the epic storyline series in Lord of the Rings Online as my High Elf Telimar works his way through Middle-earth, going through the epics series of stories and quests. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel, support it, and hit the bell icon to get updates for when I go live with the latest stream or when I've got a new episode out, because we do a lot of different things here on the channel, play a lot of different RPGs, and we're getting ready to start doing some cooking shows and some other things. So hope you enjoy all that kind of stuff. In the meantime, let's continue the journey here in Lord of the Rings Online. We are now working on Book 3, Chapter 6, The Defense of Trestlebridge. Talking to Halberad here. In the past, the orcs that have attacked have been of the Tarkrip tribe. The bloodlust of the tribe usually causes them to throw themselves heedlessly into the battle without forethought. The orcs that now move on Trestlebridge appear to be of the more powerful Ongburs tribe. These warriors are stronger and more skilled. The townsfolk will not be able to stop them. I would send a party of my men to aid them, but all my kin are dealing with matters in the east. You and I may reach them in time, however. You have done much already, but I would ask for your help in this battle. Gather what warriors you can and return to me, but make haste. Trestlebridge does not have much time.
We must not delay.
Are you ready to leave? I am. Let's go. Save the people of Trestlebridge.
The little town of Trestlebridge is all that stands between the orcs of Angmar and Breland to the south. Halberad, Ranger of the North, gathers heroes to help defend Trestlebridge from the approaching onslaught.
Quickly, I must have a word with you. The orcs are nearly upon the town. Come with me quickly. We must convince Miss Boskins of the threat that is nearly upon her. Follow me. Nellie Baskins. I am Halbert of Esteldin. I come with a dire warning. Orcs of a kind unknown to you are about to attack your town. We have come to lend you what aid we can in the battle ahead. Ah, I see. So I refuse your call to council, and now this new orc threat appears. Why don't you return to your home? We will deal with this threat. But Miss Boskins... Mayor Boskins, look! One of the guards approaches. Come, perhaps it is another attack. We must follow. The battle is upon us. Mayor Boskins, orcs of a kind I've never seen approach. Perhaps your words were true, Halberad. Come now to the bridge. To the bridge. You shouldn't have doubted us. Oh, there they are. These orcs, they are unlike any I've fought before. That's kind of what we told you. They are of the Ongsburgs tribe, and more will be upon us soon. How shall we stand against such creatures as these? Do not give up hope. We shall yet stand this day. Are there numbers without limit? I think the end is in sight, Miss Boskins. Here comes the Battle Lord. Oh yeah, fun times are upon us. Huzzah! Trestlebridge is saved! Halbarad, all of Trestlebridge is indebted to you and your companions. I only hope you can forgive my behavior towards you. Think nothing of it. It was my honor to aid you in this fight. I must leave you now, though, and return to Esteldin. My companions will remain behind in the event more trouble arises. I must have one final word with them, then leave. We have done well this day. I am indebted to you as well for your aid, as I fear the battle would have turned against the free peoples had you not been here. I must leave now, and I hope it is not too much to ask of you to stay behind. I would ask that you ensure that Trestlebridge remains safe through the night, and return to me in Esteldin. This was a great victory, my friend. A great victory indeed. I'll take you back to Nellie's house.
Elrond has healed Frodo of his Morgul wound, and now the time has come to decide the fate of the One Ring. I can see no other path than that which leads to Mount Doom. Who then shall defend Eriador against the shadow of Angmar?
What can I do for you?
I must apologize to you, for I fear my behavior towards you was nearly unforgivable. I see now that the constant orc attacks were nothing compared to what Angmar could bring to bear on this small town. You and the Ranger Halbarad have risked your lives to save my people. I am in your debt. I'm tempted to take that sword just for the graphic, which I'm going to do because I'll need a sword later on.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Ding 33 sticky tar. That's interesting. Okay. The debt I owe you and the Rangers cannot be repaid easily, but I hope to make a start of it by answering Halberd's call to the council. Whatever strength the men of Trestlebridge can lend to Halberd's endeavor should be his to command. Please, go tell Halberd that I will come to this Esteldin as soon as I settle matters here. I am still responsible first to my people, but I see now that the free peoples of the North Downs must stand together if we are to remain free. Thank you, my friend. My recall is up, so we'll get a quick travel back to Halbertad instead of having to take the horse back. This is honestly, this whole series here in Trestlebridge and just in the North Downs is a lot of fun because you're helping the men, dwarves, and elves, and you're bringing them all together. It's pretty cool, and it's a great lead up to what comes next because we're about to get sent to somewhere really cool. All right, and I need to save that sword for graphics later on. Because I am worried about cosmetics, and when I hit 40, I'll be able to dual wield. Oh, you know what? I have a point I can spend. The question is, where do I spend it? Increase tactile damage. No, I'm going to go for defense for my pet. Make him a little bit tougher. Because he's still just a kind of a baby. I haven't really had any problems. He's only really died in a couple of really hard fights. So think overall we've done fairly well with the Eagle Pet. I don't see myself changing. Albrad.
What
It
do you
is
need?
good to see you again. My thanks for your help in that battle. Without you and your companions, I would have surely fallen, as would Trestlebridge. It is also good to know that Nellie Buskins will come to the council. She is a fine and strong woman, and I will welcome her and her people's presence in the conflict ahead.
Would you do something for me?
Alright. While I await the arrival of these coming to the council, I must ask one final task of you. My chieftain, Aragorn, must be told of what has transpired here. I also would seek his counsel, as the position I find myself in is an unusual one. Aragorn has always been the one to lead, to organize, and to inspire. If only the matter he was seeing to was not of much greater importance, then he would be here. It cannot be helped, though. By now, Aragorn should have arrived at the refuge of Rivendell on the Trollshaws. It is a hard ride that awaits you, but word must be taken to Aragorn of these matters. Look for him in one of the guest rooms of Elrond's house. And we are totally doing this quest as part of this video, so stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to Rivendell. Now, I've already been there, so I might be able to fast travel from Bree, but I can't remember the level limitation. If we cannot, then we will need to ride up there on foot. Which will be fun, because we get to go through the Trollshaws, and we'll pick up all the mount paths along the way. Alright, so I know
How
we can
can I
at
be of
least...
service?
Can we go to Rivendell? Ah, see, it's level 40. It says we can unlock it by going to the store. No, I don't think I want to do it with mithril coins. Nope. Alright, we're going to take the long way. We're going to go West Bree. Long way is good because we can see some of the sights in the Trollshaws, like the fords of Brunnen and beyond. So off we go. I think from here we can swift ride to Southbury and then Oscarith, and then we'll need to go on foot from there. Excuse me, we'll need to ride from there.
How can I be of
Alright,
service?
Southbury. Let me just double check that I can't. Yep, I can't. Not from here. It's from Southbury. And there will be wood to harvest along the way throughout the Trollshaws. Tasty wood. Alright. Oops.
What can I do for you?
Can I even slow travel to Rivendell from here? Nope, it's only swift travel. Oh, but I bet we can travel from that camp. I can't remember the name of it. We'll know soon enough. Alright, dismount here. And let's head east, excuse me. We're gonna head east to the Trollshaws. I can't wait. It's one of my favorite zones. Although I don't think we can really start questing in the Trollshaws until 35. I'll still need to go back to the North Downs. I've got more quests there. Down in that Orc area. I should have all the ingredients I need to make. Where's it at? Artisan. Carved Lebethron staff. Yeah, I've got everything I need to make that. I just need to do some conversions. And I'm going to hopefully get a crit version of it. Need to go check the broker and see if I can find some of those crit versions. That'll be the actual, I'll be replacing the cosmetic staff that I use as well with that new one. Look at those trees ahead, just as you cross the bridge into the Troll Shaws. It's such a beautiful zone. Why wouldn't it be? Because that's what this is. Rivendell. Home to the elves. Last haven. New deed, the road to Rivendell, and we will complete that deed on the way through. Now, out of curiosity, I'm going to grab these quests because these are like the starter quests.
Mind my words,
Yep,
traveler.
they're 35. So actually, I'm not going to take these quests yet,
Diamond.
but we need to remember that we're going to be coming back here. And I am going to be harvesting as we go through. Well, I'll be harvesting anything that's close to the road, I should say. Somewhere up in here is that dwarf.
What do you need?
What does the deed entail? Last bridge, Ratchen's camp, which I did. I need the ford and the gates, so just 2 more. Fords are down over here, and the gates are over there, so. Leave me alone. The music is really nice here in the Troll Shaws as well. And the flies are annoying. So many quests. Wait, go back. Alright. You know what? We're going to ignore that particular piece of wood because I don't feel like getting off my horse. How long is that thing going to follow me? Alright, we might be able to ride from Thorinhad. Maybe, I don't know. You still get the visuals. It's not a fast travel route. Precious Lebethron Lud. Which I need lots of. It's too bad it's not daytime right now, because this place is so much more beautiful during the day. It still looks amazing at night, but it definitely looks better during the day. Now entering the Bruinen Gorges. We're going to take a slight detour here. Up to Thornhead. I got another adamant shard. Very nice. Another heavy. No, no, don't run straight into the camp. Can we
How can I
ride?
be of service?
Yes, and we can swift travel. We're not going to though, because I want the deed, and I want to show everybody the beauty of the Troll Shaws as we ride across the ford and up through the gates. I'll never forget the first time I came to Rivendell. Many years ago. It's just, there's a moment when you cross the threshold, you come into the valley and it opens up before you. It was goosebumps. Absolutely goosebumps. And the trolls, who only come out at night. That's a fun quest. All of these quests used to be at Quest Givers, but I don't remember when they made the change to make a lot of these kill quests. They're just over the mobs, so if you kill a mob, it starts, you can choose to accept that kill quest. Like the bears and the crawlers and the deer, everything else. Alright, we're coming down to the ford soon. Too bad it's not daylight. We'll still get the effect. It's still a cool crossing. It's still an iconic location. Ford of Bruin. Now I should have gotten that as a deed. Make sure that I got the deed. Yep, it counts. Now we're getting into red bears. This is why I wanted to take the horse as opposed to trying to travel on my own up through this last section, because once you cross the ford, you're into mobs that are in the high 30s. And I don't feel like running from red mobs. So, the good thing is that that Road to Erebor quest, Gandalf transports you here instantly, and you can do that when you're like level 18 or whatever that was. And then you can grab the horse, and then you can come here from Thorinbrad when your time comes. I should be getting close. No, we're still a ways. Looks like I don't have my filter set correctly. I can see that text through my hat. Yeah, it's all good. That's better. Can't believe I didn't notice that earlier. Probably because when I first started it today, I had the overhead light on too, and it's not on now, so the lighting changed. Getting close. Don't think there's any mobs from here on in. Yep, there's the sentinels. Ride down the path. Here in a moment, we're gonna... Yep, completed that deed. The gates of Imladris. Completed the road to Rivendell. You can't see it because it's a little dark. But as we come around the corner, down there is the last lonely house. And the haven of the elves. There's the last lonely house right there. Such a cool place. Worth it. Alright, now I can probably jump off here unless it takes me by the guest house. I'm not sure if it was going to. There, ladies and gentlemen, is Aragorn, son of Arathorn, heir to Isildur.
I thank you for this news.
Oh, that I could be there to aid in those matters, but it would seem my fate lies to the south and not to the north. I will compose a message for Halbarad and ask Master Elrond if one of his elves could carry it to Esteldin. You have done enough, and you have my thanks. For now, take what ease you can here in Rivendell. And we're gonna be taking... those are not better than what I have, so, but we'll take the boots.
Welcome to Rivendell.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap on Book 3 in its entirety. The Council of the North story arc is now completed. We have finished Chapter 3 in its entirety. Hopefully you enjoyed the series. We're going to be continuing this, but as you can see, Book 4, the forward for Book 4 is level 37, so we need to go out and do some leveling. So we'll be doing that. You can follow along with those adventures in the live streams. And of course, if you want to see more episodes in the Epic Quest series, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you get updates when I go live for the streams or when I have new videos available as I continue the series. As Telimar, the Loremaster, the High Elf Loremaster, continues his adventures throughout Middle-earth and the Shadows of Angmar, possibly beyond. We'll see how far this series goes. I might just do the Shadows of Angmar. I might take it into Moria. We might go beyond. I've been showing a little bit of Rohan with my main character, Renfail, so you never know. Either way, subscribe, bell icon, stay safe, stay healthy, safe gaming, and we will see everybody in the next episode. And for those of you sticking around, we are going to take a quick bio. I am not going to take his quest for the moment because it's too high and I don't want to take it. We are going to go back to Esteldin. Unfortunately, I burned my recall, so we're going to need to do some riding. So we'll go do that first, and then I will take a bio and an AFK to do some exercises, check on my wife, see if she wants to watch shows or anything. If not, we will be continuing on with more adventures.
What can I do for you?
Where can we travel to from here? Can we go all the way back to Esteldin? Not till level 40. So probably Osgroth is the best I can do, it looks like. I'm gonna take the slow horse from here to the... well, we'll see. Hold that thought. Where can I go from here? South. Actually, it'd be quicker to do Candace Encampment and then straight to Esteldin, and I'll just go AFK from there. Alright.
How can I be of service?
Take me to Esteldin, please. And we have these quests to work on in the North Downs. But before we do, it is time to AFK for bios and exercises and the like, so I will be back. Potentially, I gotta check with my wife, see what she wants to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to call it a wrap here. I did not kind of lost track of time. Having fun this afternoon. I drank coffee and had a salad and realized I've been playing for like 3 hours this afternoon because I've been having a lot of fun doing these quest lines. So, it's Netflix time, however, so I'm going to go watch a movie or two with my wife and wrap up our Saturday evening as a family. Hopefully all of you are also spending time with your families in these trying times. It is a crazy time globally, but family is what makes it all worth it. So make sure you hug your loved ones. Stay inside if you can. Wear your frickin' masks, please. Don't make it a political agenda. Just be smart about it. Try to stay safe. We've been self-quarantining since March. It could be a little boring, but video games, Netflix, family, loved ones, there are ways to counteract the boredom. So thanks for everybody for tuning in. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subscriptions, etc. Thanks for supporting on Patreon. Thanks for all the things everybody does. I think tomorrow we're going to be doing another read through of. I think we're going to be doing Chapter 3 tomorrow in Echoes of the Past, Book 1 of the Saga of Lucemia. So stick around for that. And stay tuned. Sometime next week, I'll have my first Lord of the Rings online cooking video coming. That's going to